Okay, let's discuss like the 6-hour extravaganza that was the Royal Rumble. First, the pre-show, because I cared about the pre-show matches. The 3-on-3 women's match worked well. It got some of the storylines continuing to go. Natalya looked vicious in her heel roll, hitting suplexes on Becky Lynch on the outside. You can tell they're going hard with Naomi and Alexa Bliss. Naomi gets the pinfall. All in all, it got all the storylines together in one match, and they kind of went, "Did you like it? Okay, we're gonna put them in pods in the Elimination Chamber and just go from there." The tag team match. Maybe if we hadn't seen these guys fight all the time recently, this might have felt like a better match. It was a solid match. They used the 2 referees well. The referee that ate a bro kick from Sheamus, that takes grapefruits made of brass. But to roll up in a handful of tights, the club is your champion, and they fought so many times. It wasn't one of their greatest matches. It was fine. Sasha Banks, Nia Jax. Nia looked like a tank. She used a great stretch muffler, but the problem is when you're using a submission move where you are actually holding your opponent and your opponent has no leverage, there's never a chance your opponent, who weighs half of you, should be able to dangle enough to force your momentum to the ropes to have you break. But Nia destroyed Sasha. Okay, it's weird seeing all the heels win, which then began to put a sense of dread in the back of my head going on later in the night. Bayley and Charlotte was, again, good match. Better than the previous matches, but again, it's a feud we've seen several times before. I liked the bout of the Queen, or Natural Selection, whatever they want to call it now, onto the apron, the hardest part of the ring. You know, Charlotte won. That's just pay-per-views. Okay. Cool. I'm digging it up to now. Good job. The Reigns match. Kevin Owens builds this monolith out of chairs. And I'm thinking, okay, 4 chairs, that's the powerbomb spot. 2 more chairs on top, that's it. 1 more chair on top of that's it. So I'm going to spear him through the chairs? Because you can't powerbomb him through the chairs because there's no way to get the height you would need to. And I got the pair back, and I'm like, how are they going to do a move? And then I Superman punch on the top rope and falls into the chairs. I let him, oh God. My wife goes, what's going on? And I had to take my iPad in the room, and I'm like, see this thing? She goes, uh-huh. How do you... Indies. And then afterwards, powerbomb through an announce table. Rolls him into the ring. Braun saves the day. Crowd going nuts, chanting, yes, Braun beats Jesus out of Roman, choke slams him onto a table. The table doesn't break. Rolls him into the ring, power slams him through another table in the ring. Owens rolls on top, 1, 2, 3. Sweet. Good. Nice way to build their feud for later. I like that. Neville, Rich Swann. With this match, we had the unenviable spot of being after 2 solid title matches. And before the 3rd world title match. And they delivered. Man, seeing Neville eat the Swan Song super kick off like a top rope spot, they worked a nice, tight, quick match. Neville hits in the Ring of Saturn. That's what I know it as. Swan taps. New Cruiserweight Champion. Wait. All the heels have won so far. AJ Styles, John Cena. Draw match. This is the match of the night, period. Yes, even though the Royal Rumble has Lesnar, Goldberg, and Taker, It's not at the same time. They did a nicely paced match. I'm glad they fought their urge to do the indie big spot pickup. 1, 2, kick out. What the big spot? 1, 2, kick out. It's great to see every now and then, but you don't need to see it a lot. Instead, they worked I'm going to work your leg. You're going to be slow for us because it's a leg damage. I'm going to work your leg. So, right, because the leg damage. I'm going to hit you with a big move, but I've got limb damage, so I'm going to be slower to get into a cover. Might be lackadaisical for a cover. They did all of their big shots, which was nice. Cena, he's hitting, AJ with everything. AJ's in the corner. Cena's looking at him, looks up, looks at him, looks up, puts him on the top. Avalanche AA. Doesn't go for the snuggest of covers. Kick out. This match is still going. Styles clash afterwards. Styles trying to roll into a pin. Kick out. Alright. Seventh overtime. Here we go. Cena hits another AA. But does this really weird AA. Hold on to the guy. Roll through. Second AA. It's like a double AA. 1, 2, 3. He's tied Flair. We knew it was going to happen. It was an amazing match. But you could tell that kind of deflated a lot of the crowd. So you get him back. Your number 1 entrant. Big Cass. I think it's to do his whole spiel. Cool. Number 2. Jericho. Right. Makes sense. Cass green. Jericho gold. Makes sense. Then Kalisto. Then Mojo Rawley. Yes, Big Cass and Mojo fought in the Royal Rumble, and it was as bad as you would think Big Cass and Mojo Rawley fighting in the Rumble would be. Then we had Jack Gallagher with the umbrella. But he got to do a crouching Jericho, and then having Jericho hold the umbrella like a phallus and twirl it. Then Strowman came down and wrecked house. And then Zayn came down, and Zayn held his own. At number 10, Ty Dillinger came down. Ty and Sammy worked over Braun Strowman. 11, Ellsworth was like, I do not want to get in the ring. Do not want to get in the ring. 12, Ambrose. Ambrose was like, I want to get in the ring. Goes in the ring, gets murdered, death, killed by Strowman. By this time, Strowman's also eliminated Big Show. Henry, Strowman looks like an absolute tank in this match. And then he runs into a lone wolf named Baron Corbin. And after Strowman eats everyone's finisher, Corbin takes him out of the top rope. Cool. The New Day come out, and Kofi's saves by this time was to hop onto the actual ring post, get his legs taken out by Corbin, and then hit chest first on the ring post. All of New Day makes their way out, and they're constantly each other, which is fine. They get eliminated by Cesaro and Sheamus. Cesaro and Sheamus get eliminated right afterwards. And the match is kind of just, they're trying to build up in the ring, and you're like, alright, we need to have a ring killer pretty soon. Lesnar wrecks house. Too bad now we don't have Strowman anymore. Lesnar just wrecking house. Then, a little later, Goldberg shows up. Goldberg hits a big spear on Lesnar. Lesnar's like, what the fuck? Tosses Lesnar out. Okay. We're getting towards the end. Alright. Taker comes out. Taker eliminates Goldberg. Okay, we're at number 30. Crowd is waiting for it. Burner. I have not seen a crowd that livid and that upset and that depressed since Trump beat Hillary, and it was the Hillary crowd. They were livid. And then Reigns eliminates Taker because They got to set up themselves for a match. Fine. Crowd stupidly booing Reigns. It's now down to Orton, Wyatt, and Reigns. Wyatt eliminated by Reigns. Crowd is getting to the part where they're like, are you serious? You can still buy WrestleMania tickets. And I have a feeling had Reigns had won, you would have seen a lot more on eBay all of a sudden. Could have been like, I flew all the way from Australia to be here, and I'm going to leave before the main event starts. But Orton wins. Alright, cool. I'm cool with that. As long as it's Orton Cena. It's Orton Cena at the main event of WrestleMania. Oh no. Now, if Bray wins the Elimination Chamber, which he could, Bray Orton for the title at the main event of WrestleMania. Especially if Orton wins. Orton the 13-time champion. Orton wins, he's the 14-time champion. If you have Bray and Orton hop together the belt a little bit while Cena's off doing whatever he's got to film a movie or something, John Cena could come back. At the time, Randy Orton's a 16-time champion. He's 13-time now. If he wins it 3 more times, he ties John Cena. Could you imagine if he wins it 4 times? And then John Cena is big epic of like, yeah, I'm a 16-time champion. Randy Orton goes, I'm the first ever 17-time world champion. But recently back to like Edge had a huge number of title reigns before. I think Edge was at like 11 when he retired. So if had Edge not gotten injured, Edge would probably be at like 19 by now. So the first half of the Rumble match itself, great. Once they started getting rid of some of the big beefy guys, I was like, oh, I want to see Strowman in the ring with Lesnar again. Or Strowman and any of the Wyatts. Strowman Taker. Strowman Goldberg. But it seemed like they had an idea of what they wanted to do for the early part of the match. And then they just kind of had... Because normally the beginning's kind of slow. You do build up, then you do ring clear. You do ring clear early. And then you do build up. And it just... The flow just felt off. Just, I don't know, just... It felt weird. The right guy won because he was not Roman Reigns.